From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News Today.
Walking, biking, running, the public has a say on the future of public transit tonight.
One local group responds to the state's Don't Say Gay bill through film. And one lawmaker talks tobacco taxes this morning.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, April 26, 2012 at 4:30. I'm Megan Murphy.
And I'm Lindsay Cooper.
I'm Eric Aldrich. It's going to be another nice afternoon. Not as warm.
The Missouri Students Association's More for Less campaign culminates with a big march this morning here in Jefferson City. MSA has been active in the debate about possible cuts to higher education in Missouri over the past several months. And as the budget is in its final stages, this march is pretty timely. Just 2 weeks ago, they sponsored a panel on campus where students could talk to legislators and sign up for today's march. Today, MSA expects more than 100 students to show up at the rally. According to MSA Communications Director Zach Toombs, the campaign has really exceeded our expectations, he said. Students care very much about ensuring a quality education at Mizzou and standing up to the continuous cuts Missouri universities have been facing. Early yesterday morning, the Missouri Senate approved its version of the $24 billion budget. Both the House and Senate versions of the budget restored millions of dollars to higher education after Governor Nixon proposed cuts of 12.5% earlier this year. Thanks, Megan. Pain at the pump is something many drivers expect. See why lawmakers are meeting today to discuss ever-changing gas prices. We're coming up on Arbor Day, a day to celebrate all that's green outside your window.
While most may be celebrating Arbor Day on the last Friday of the month, Columbia is gearing up to plant trees today. KOMU 8's Caitlin Alexander, our own little tree planter, joins us live at Parkade Elementary, where students will soon be gearing up to get their hands dirty. Hey, Caitlin.
All right, thanks, Caitlin. A congressional committee holds a hearing on rising gas prices this afternoon. The U.S. Congress Joint Economic Committee will meet to discuss gas prices in the Northeast and its possible impact on the American consumer. The hearing will focus on whether the potential closures of northeastern refineries could impact gas prices in that region. Among those testifying are an economics professor from MIT and a representative of the largest trade association for the oil and natural gas industry. The Marine sergeant who criticized President Obama on Facebook has been given an other than honorable discharge. The military dismissed Sergeant Gary Stein from the Marine Corps for violating Pentagon policy limiting speech of service members. Stein said he was simply exercising his freedom of speech. The military has had a policy limiting the free speech of service members, including criticism of the commander-in-chief, since the Civil War. The discharge means Stein will lose most of his benefits. Immigration controversy continues today. Yesterday was a rough day for the Obama administration in their lawsuit against Arizona's tough immigration law. While protesters on both sides of the issue demonstrated outside, the U.S. Supreme Court heard voiced arguments in the U.S. versus Arizona case. 5 states have already passed laws like Arizona's, and many more might if the High Court upholds the law. The case is about Arizona's right to require police to determine the immigration status of anyone they stop and suspect is illegal, and to detain them while they check with the feds. A Florida woman suffered minor injuries following a violent purse snatching, and it was all caught on tape as you're looking there. Officials say the woman was in a parking lot alone at her vehicle when a white minivan stopped. The passenger in the white van grabs onto the woman or her purse and holds on, dragging the woman more than 150 feet. Authorities later stopped a van matching the description, and the 2 occupants are being called persons of interest. Authorities have made no arrests so far. And overseas, Pakistan's Supreme Court today convicted its prime minister of contempt, but gave him only a symbolic sentence. The court found the prime minister guilty after he refused to reopen corruption cases against Pakistan's president. But the court's sentence amounted to little more than a few minutes of detention in the courtroom. He could have faced up to 6 months in jail and the loss of office. He's the longest-serving prime minister in Pakistan's history and the first-serving prime minister to be convicted by a court.
You clean your lawnmower
Monthly.
He's caught.
I'm good.
Moving on. Facebook has launched an antivirus marketplace to offer free antivirus software to its 900 million users. The social network has teamed up with Microsoft and other top security firms to ensure better security. Facebook users can acquire 6-month licenses to full versions of antivirus software from Facebook's partners at no charge. The security push comes as social networks become an increasingly popular target for hackers and spammers. The King has a whopper of a promise to be cage-free in 5 years. Burger King says all of its eggs and pork will come from cage-free chickens and pigs by 2017. The second largest fast food chain uses hundreds of millions of eggs and tens of millions of pounds of pork every year. Becoming cage-free by 2017 is part of a movement by U.S. food corporations toward more humane treatment of animals. Kids headed to college, you should know that certain majors could cost you more. More and more public universities are charging higher tuition for math, science, and business programs. According to research from Cornell's Higher Education Research Institute, more than 140 public universities are now using differential tuition plans. That's up 19% from 2006 as states cut higher education spending and universities look for ways to pay for expensive technical programs. Sure, you love them, but sometimes you just can't stand your partner's snoring.
Or your dog snoring.
Or dog.
In my case,
or dog.
Ernie, see how snoring treatment can maintain relationships and health. Welcome back. Your time is now 4:50. Does snoring keep you up at night? What about your partner's snoring? Some say you should consider breaking. Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. Some say they actually consider breaking up with a partner who keeps them awake with the snoring.
Oh, wow, that's harsh. Seeking treatment can alleviate the problem, save relationships apparently, and even lives. NBC's Nasita Kwan has more. And as if anyone needed a reason to eat large quantities of guacamole tonight, researchers across the country are learning more about the health benefits of avocados. There's preliminary evidence the fruit might aid heart health and play a role in type 2 diabetes and weight management. Avocados may also help the body absorb nutrients. Eric? Welcome back. We have a question for you. What's on your bucket list? More than 250 students at the University of South Florida sat down with each other to talk about what's on their list.
The event has a purpose. It's to make it into the Guinness Book of World Records. NBC's Jeff Patterson reports. No way did they stay on topic the whole time.
No way.
No way. The authors of the book also managed to play basketball with President Obama.
They also asked the president what he wants to do before he dies. His answer? Be a sports commentator for a day.
Too funny. Tonight on KOMU 8 News at 6 and 10, a slaughterhouse for horses coming to Missouri. Tune in for 2 special reports covering the treatment of horses and what it could mean for the state's economy.